I knew going in that it was going to be expensive, but I didn't know what was going to go in my mouth. That's what I didn't expect.
Today, I'm joined by 2 dental implant patients to discuss what they didn't expect, from how long it takes, what you're actually paying for, what surgery was like, the first look at their new smile, and the unexpected benefits of dental implants. And they'll answer questions directly from you. Number 5, timeline. Did anything surprise you when you were researching dental solutions that ultimately led you to choosing dental implants?
I was told 4 months before a couple of really amazing events were happening in my family that everything on the bottom of my mouth would have to come out except for 2. Um, I was distraught, and it was like, this is the time. It may not be the most best time, but it's the time. And so through investigating all of the other dental implant places, and I never knew you could have a consultation. Cool. I was like, "Oh, you could go in and you could talk to him. That's so cool." I got really excited, but with Nuvia, I saw people that were just like me and some people that had less teeth than me, but they were getting fixed teeth in 24 hours. They were not dealing with a temporary denture. And
Mhm.
to me, after having that partial, was extremely intriguing. I was like, they're my favorite so far, so they're gonna be the best. Um, but yeah, so that catching my eye with that 24-hour turnaround and having the fixed teeth, and not having to have to see yourself without teeth. And that's just for the bottom because I had no idea what I was looking at with the top. So at that time, I was just focused on what are my options and what am I going to do.
Number 4, pricing. So after deciding to get dental implants, was there anything you were worried about cost-wise or
Well, I knew going in that it was going to be expensive. I mean, that's just a given because, my dentist had always said, "Oh, it's gonna be at least $5,000 a tooth," and you're thinking, "Oh my god, I gotta get screwed every time you pull a tooth. Oh, dang it." But, so with that in mind, I knew going into consults that it was gonna be expensive, but I didn't know what was going to go in my mouth, and that's where a lot of learning began. So and that's where with Nuvia, it was like, "That's hey, okay, I like that." So it was different, and it was strong, and it would be made for me,
Uh-huh.
and these babies are paid for. You don't have to have another root canal. You don't have to have another extraction. "Oh, honey, sorry that one broke. Let's put some stuff on it and then paint over it." No, they're done, they're good, they look good, you take care of them, and
Mhm.
and and you're happy.
Uh-huh.
Every time you look in the mirror, you're like, "I did this." It's not an expense, it's an investment, and that is, like, an amazing thing to say because that's what it is. It is an investment. It's not an expense because every time you look in the mirror and you smile, it's paying off. Every time somebody looks at you and you smile at them and they smile back, it's paying off.
Mhm.
Well, now that you brought up the cost, I know it can be a concern for people, so it'd be a great idea for anybody that's interested to download the dental implant pricing guide. And you can do that in the description below.
Number 3, surgery. When it comes to surgery day or being in the dental chair, was it as scary as you thought it would be?
I mean, I'm not kidding. I cried like Lucille Ball for a couple of days before because you don't know. But going in on that surgery day, I was terrified. But I get there and I was welcomed with kind eyes and smiles and, "Hi, Leslie, we're so excited you're here." It's like, "Oh, great." And they're like, "Yes, it's gonna be so good." And then walking back, the reassurance, like, "Everything's gonna be fine. Do you have any questions?" You know, just that kindness and that comfort, it means so much. And then afterwards, even though you're loopy and waking up, they're so nice. They're like, "Oh, everything went so good, and you look so good. Here's your care package." And you're like, "Thank you. Thank you. I can go on now." You know? And then, you do what you do that night, walk in and
You could not ask for a better group of people when you're going to the door and dealing with them. Well, I was made to feel welcome. And I'll even say even before I walked through the door, um, just talking on the phone with people, they're very at ease, willing to answer any of my questions, even answering my questions after the surgery, and talking with some of the people that were there with me. It really was. It doesn't get better than that. And in my opinion, the way I was treated, it doesn't get better than that.
I agree 1,000,000%.
Number 2, smile reveal. So you went in for surgery. 24 hours later, you're back to get your permanent set of teeth. Was seeing your new smile for the first time what you thought it would be?
It was very surreal. Have you ever watched that show Third Rock from the Sun?
I have not.
Okay, well, there's a character there named Dick Sullivan, and he's an alien who's come to Earth, and he finally takes a look at himself in the mirror and he says, "My God, I'm gorgeous."
Yes.
And that's exactly how I was. That thought just came right to my head.
That's amazing. Leslie, what about you?
So when you sit in the chair and they give you that mirror and you turn it around, I giggled. I giggled and I put the mirror down and I looked around like, "Is this really true?" And then I lifted it back up. I I'd never seen my teeth so beautiful and white, and I haven't seen the whole lowers in decades. So to see that they match and they're beautiful and they were white, oh, I was so happy. I was so happy. And I cried like Lucille Ball before going in. You don't know what you're gonna look like until you go through you do it. So, from surgery till walking in those beautiful doors the next day to having them fixed in, it was like
Number 1, unexpected benefits. So you've both had dental implants for a while now. How has dental implants changed your life in ways that you didn't expect?
I've had some fun with this. I love it. It's the smiling, the laughter, being able to have the confidence to be able to do that and to project myself even more. And just having like little fun, being able to eat things like corn on the cob, where I used to have to take it and just use a knife and cut the corn off and then eat it that way, or eating things that I would have to just jam into the side of my mouth,
Right.
instead of just chomping down and taking a bite. It's been quite a change, as far as and in a lot of aspects of my life.
I mean, it's fun and the ability to look in people's eyes and hold a conversation, the ability to have the feeling and the confidence to have an opinion, that I didn't expect. To have that freedom to just be me, that's what I didn't expect. Because you expect good-looking teeth, you expect it too, but, oh, baby, let me tell you, Scooby-Doo and an ice cream ball sensitivity through the door, whew, all day long. I really like ice cream now. But, the feeling, the happiness that you feel. I mean, even brushing my teeth, it's like, "Oh, yeah, check these suckers out. Yeah, look at these pearly whites." And, that water pick. Oh, yeah. Flossing. Mhm.
Now for You Ask, They Answer. We'll have our guests address specific questions you have about today's topic straight from the Nuvia Smile Maker Club Facebook community. Lisa said, I don't know how to smile with my teeth showing. I haven't smiled like that since I was a kid. I've tried to practice in the mirror, but I cringe every time I see my teeth. So, how did you learn to smile that way?
Yeah, that was tough. I'm used to covering and hiding and doing the tight lip smile. Eventually it just was basically practice, really. Just doing it, just being able to do it. Maybe being in a situation where you are forced to smile. I found myself, I think even the day I came back from Utah, and I had to run to the store real quick, and I was put in a situation, and I was like, oh, this is nice. So I found myself being kind of thrown to the fire kind of quickly with that, and being able to smile. Eventually, it became more natural the more I did it.
Looking in the mirror, I couldn't help but smile. So for me, it was just looking in the mirror and just smiling. I loved it so much, seeing my teeth, um, seeing the pearly whites, it just made me happy. I just and to like I said, instead of pulling grumpy faces in the mirror like I did before, I pull funny faces and sassy faces. Me in the mirror. So it's been fun for me.
Jeff says, will the end result look natural?
Mine look more natural than my original ones did. I had a really gummy smile. I had smaller teeth. So when I smiled, it was more gums than there were teeth. So for me, having these, they look more natural than my other ones did. And the feel of them, they're 3D. I mean, they have detail and they feel when you run your teeth, when you run your tongue along your teeth, they feel natural to me and biting. Um, they feel natural. It took about 30 days for me to get used to them and for my tongue to get used to them. But the gums on my arches are so short and they blend in with my natural gums so well, and it doesn't cover my palate. So really do feel natural feeling to me. The only time you feel where the arch ends and your palate begins. But other than that, they feel good, natural.
I'll answer it this way. Wherever I went, people would tell me that they look natural. When I was in Atlanta at the DPY summit, I had people coming up and just saying, "Man, your teeth look amazing. You look so natural."
Oh my
And I
goodness.
said, "Well, that's what I want to hear. How I wanted it."
Right.
To me, that was the best. That was the best way for me to know that was how that was other people saying that to me.
Sheila said, hi, I'm new to this group. I recently joined because I've been looking for a better solution than what I am doing now.
Well, one of the first steps I would advise is to go to the link below and check out Nuvia Dental Implant pricing and information guide. It will give you a clear idea of what you're dealing with as far as payment plans and what you can expect. It's a great thing for you to look into, and it's well worth checking out.